Today we're going to be talking about area and perimeter. Remember that you learned about area and perimeter in 4th grade? Area is when you are covering something up. So like say you're tiling a floor, or you're putting carpet on the floor, you're painting all of a wall. In my classroom, when I put the fabric on my bulletin boards, I covered the area of it. Perimeter is going to be anything that goes around it. So say you're putting up a fence on the bulletin boards, the border that goes around the outside, that would be the perimeter. So just remember that area is covering and perimeter is just going around. Go ahead and open up your packet to number 1 and we will go over that. It says a tabletop at Don Jose's restaurant is 5 feet long and 3 feet wide as shown below. What is the perimeter of the tabletop? So we're trying to figure out what is the perimeter of the tabletop. And we know that the tabletop is 5 feet long and 3 feet wide. So that means if we're looking at our picture, we know that it's 5, 5, 3, and 3. And if we think back to perimeter, we know that we need to add up all the sides. So it would be 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3. Sorry, I'm running out of room. And 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 3 would be 16. So our perimeter is 16 feet. So that would be A. Okay. For number 2, it says a tabletop at Don Jose's restaurant is 5 feet long and 3 feet wide as shown below. So it's the same situation. But this time it's asking us what is the area of the tabletop. So we underline what is the area of the tabletop because that's our question. We know that it is 5 feet long and 3 feet wide. So we can label our picture again. But when we're thinking about area, we know that we need to do length times width. So if it's 5 feet long, that would be our length. And if it's 3 feet wide, that would be our width. And we do 5 times 3, which equals 15 feet. So the correct answer for number 2 is C. Please make sure as you are working that you are recording your answers on the answer document. We're going to go ahead and do number 3 and 4 together because they're a little bit trickier than number 1 and 2 were. So Mr. Cho wants to put new carpet on his living room as shown on the diagram below. Determine how many square feet of carpet Mr. Cho will need to purchase. So we're trying to figure out how many square feet of carpet Mr. Cho is going to need. And our important information is just going to be what we have in the picture. So if we're talking about putting carpet in his living room, we're going to fill in all of this space right here. So that would, of course, be area. So to solve for area, we do length, which is 14, times width, which is 10, and we get 140 square feet, or you can write it feet squared like that. So the correct answer for number 3 is B. Okay, and number 4 I think is really tricky, so let's be careful with these types of problems. So it says, which could be the dimensions of the rectangle above? So all we're trying to figure out is which could be the dimensions. And the way that we do that is they gave us the area, which is 720 square feet. So we need to find 2 factors of 720 that we could use for our length and our width. So we just need to see which numbers we could multiply together to get 720. So we could do 19 times 40, and we can just bring that 0 down. 9 times 4 is 36, and we carry the 3. And then 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. So that's 760. That will not work. Okay, then we have B, which is 35 times 15. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry my 2. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2 is 17. I'm going to mark that off and make sure I lay my turtle egg. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 3 is 3, so I have 350 plus 175, which is 5 plus 0 is 5. And then 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry my 1. 1 plus 1 plus 3 is 5, so that's 525. That also will not work. Next we can do 36 times 20. Okay, and I'm just dropping that 0 down like I would be laying my turtle egg, because 0 times anything is going to be 0. And 2 times 6 is 12. Carry my 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So we got 720. So the correct answer for 4 is C. Remember that you can work with your group members for the last 16 problems. And I want you to work carefully as well as cooperatively with the people at your table so that you can get the correct answers and make a good grade.